Okie dokie. Let's see what's going on. Oh, okay. Now I'm live. Okay, I'm live. I'm live. Got to make sure I actually keep all the shit maintained for later on. Sorry, guys. I've just been like, I was trying to figure out what I was going to say first, but then I was like, shit, I don't know. Probably shouldn't have said that. But, anyways, I figured after a long day of homework and perspective homework, drawing, I need to get, I need to get some ideas out of my head badly. Okay. Just gotta make sure I actually focus on making sure I don't fuck up. Because I gotta make sure I actually post this up. Do 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 do. I've been actually a little bit more with the technical issues of streaming gaming, like gaming stream. It may, yeah, I'm bad at talking right now, guys. Just there you guys go. I'm posting it onto Discord. I'm gonna post it onto the community tab. Fierce Hypothetic Black Queen, welcome to the stream. I'm about to start doing some drawing, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're going straight into it, right? We're going straight into it. So, anyways, I gotta make sure I actually get the screen up because I need to wait. I gotta make sure I have all the stuff that I was gonna use for. I should probably post like last week's. I mean, yeah, it's last week's. No, last weekend's. Where's the do? Because I gotta make sure I show off a little bit of fun art and sad art because honestly, it's really like been interesting for me trying to get like artwork finished and just it's been a pain. But okay, so gotta make sure I share the screen. Okay, so here we go. Do I have the? Oh, I was going for that one. Okay. Anyways, again, this is just a random stream, and the reason behind it is because I feel like being chatty and I feel like being focused on stuff while talking to you guys. It's more fun for me to just like talk and chillax with you guys. So yeah. Oh, better grab my drink. Sorry. It's just been like difficult finishing the perspective homework, and I've been like nuts trying to make sense of it. And my teacher was just like, make sure you do really well on it because this could probably affect how well your actual skills will be. Because I was ripped to ripped to shreds in my last art piece, so I've not been doing well mentally, and I was trying to focus on getting things finished, and then it's just like, yeah, you know what, you need to like not even bother because look at these other artists. And then I sit in my room and just wonder, what exactly can I do to improve? But yeah, hopefully you guys don't mind. I actually have been working on several different other things, as well as making sure I start on the Lore Olympus rewritten pieces that I have yet to really get onto because I've been lazy about it. Sue me. I've not been craving to go back into Lore Olympus artwork because I've just been like, lately with it. I've been going nuts with it, with the discussion topics and such, and I'm making sure I finish off the list of all the things everyone wants me to talk about, Lore Olympus wise. So yeah, this is from last stream that I did for like after 3 times of attempting to get onto the game. I basically decided to just draw after I found out my pen on my phone can actually connect with my computer, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's surprising." Like holy shit. But yeah, what kind of RPs should I focus on? I guess I could do. Okay, I gotta make sure I. Okay, thinking of what would be an interesting idea. Watch as I try and figure out what to draw with Fawn. That should be fun. Because honestly, I could use some of that in my life right now. Some funny ideas. Wait. I've never ever had a chance to do this. Which is basically drawing prom dresses. I have never drawn prom or homecoming dresses for like, oh god, whoa, we got to see what was like the 90s like. Oh gosh, this is gonna be both terrifying and funny. Whoa. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, I've got a lot to work with. Oh no. Fun, you're going to be wearing something either really cringy or very cute. I don't know which one I'll go with, but yeah, your life depends on it now. Holy shit. Oh god, no, fuck, no. Oh god, that's scary. This is what is with these ungodly shoulder pads? Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, I gotta see. Oh fuck me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. How can anyone walk in that? Holy shit. I'm gonna be murdered. I'm gonna be murdered one day from looking at all these. Oh gosh. Gotta see which one works better in the case of. Okay. Spaghetti strap with rhinestones and beads. The off shoulder. Ooh, the off shoulder thing seems kind of like Fawn style. I think it's kind of like Fawn style. If I get disconnected because the internet wants to be a bitch, then it's gonna have to fight me to the death, and it's probably gonna win. But don't worry, guys. I'll try my best not to be disconnected. And if it does, oh god, the velvet dress, the dress with a high slit, the dress worn with a shawl. Oh my gosh. I am trying to figure out what would work best for Fawn. Oh my gosh. Oh god. It's definitely going to be a pain in the ass to draw this. But the cringiness and the adorableness of some styles is just asking for too much from me. Okay, so by the time Fawn is like, okay, it's 1998, she would be 20 years old, which would mean in 1993 she would have been 15. So we got to go for like 93 because that's the best example I can think of to go on top of my head. Let's hope I find something that doesn't make me want to puke. Oh god. Oh god. This is going to be both terrifying and I'm just already imagining the scenarios I can come up with this dress, and it's not even funny. Okay, I gotta pick one that doesn't seem too out of it. Okay, okay, so honestly, Divine Megan, welcome to the stream. 1993, that, yeah, 24, 2024 minus 1931. Like, here's the thing, like, this is like in the 90s when she's like a teenager, like early 90s, like 8 ladies, early 90s. She's like a teenager, so yeah. Wait. Yeah, my brain's working. My brain's working, okay? My brain is working. Because I was just about to question my own, like, my own logic. I was just like, what was that? What? Am I fucking up already? And I'm like, no, I'm not drunk. But thank you for like doing that for me, Fierce Apathetic Black Queen. I was almost gonna like sit there and think maybe I did fuck up. Okay, trying to find the right dress, so give me a minute. It's like really hard to go through all these dresses and trying to pick up one. Oh gosh. Okay, so honestly, at this rate with everything as it is, it's going to be fun. I honestly would have asked my dad, but he's not like, when you just ask, like when you ask questions to like older people and you're like, okay, so since you're ancient, you want to tell me what was going on in the 90s and 80s and such, and then I'll probably get a look from my dad and he'll be like, what the hell are you on? Like, seriously? Okay, so okay. Honestly, I'm using references a lot for this stream to kind of give me a idea of what I want to do with positioning, the style, that kind of thing, and hope for the best. You need to watch videos from old days on YouTube. Had 1990s. Oh my gosh, yeah. I probably should. Okay, so we're gonna get in some of that purpleness because Fawn's main color is purple, but then it later on becomes a light blue. But in the early days, it's like purple. Okay, so trying to get. So this photo reference is mostly for the positioning of what she is standing to look like. Prom night, yeah, we're calling it prom night. Okay, so watch as I just draw. And maybe I'll ramble a little bit about the backstory of what I can come up with in the last minutes of me figuring out what would Fawn even do at a prom. Would she even go to a prom? Probably. Probably. Well, most likely, considering she does like socializing to a degree when she was in her when her when she was in her teens, but she's also a very hardworking girl. I can't really imagine her not studying, and it's just insane. Cue me. Hello, XD. Oh, hello. How's it going? How's your night going? Hopefully, it's going well, because honestly, I wish everyone's night was going well right now. Mine is kind of going well, but I'm like, after a lot of work on my homework and perspective skills, I have not been doing well. So that's why I'm streaming right now to kind of just get some energy and time out of my out of my system and hoping for the best. So yeah, hopefully you guys are awesome tonight. It has definitely been a while since I've managed to actually do much for design wise. I've been busy as hell trying to focus on getting perspective down, but it's like a never-ending battle for me. When I think I've already learned how to do it, and then it gets off. Is this IBS paint you drawing on? It's actually Fire Alpaca. It's free, so if you want to check it out, yeah. Okay, so hopefully I can get some. Okay, so trying to make sure I position her head in a way where it looks. Honestly, it's very fun trying to make sense of it. And then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to figure out what kind of hairstyle this girl even had. That leads me to another fun night of figuring out what the hell 90s teens wore back then. That's gonna be fun. So let's. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh wow. This is gonna be so weird. 93 hairstyles. Okay, so let's see what kind. Okay, so we're kind of. Okay, so I think her main hairstyle would definitely be just that. Okay. Okay. Do-do-do-do. Oh gosh, this is gonna be fun. Trying to make sense of this. Okay, so she has bangs in the 1998. So 5 years before. Damn freaking flies. Hey, Jonin, how's it going? Yeah, I think I have an idea what I want. Okay, so honestly, this is what we got so far. I'm gonna play around with. Gotta save that real quick. Oh, you just came back from your job, fierce apathetic Black Queen? What you do? I mean, unless you don't want to talk about it. Sometimes we don't talk about our jobs, that kind of stuff. Like, it's always fun just like getting back home after a long day of work and just relaxing. Just absorbing life without worrying about too much at the moment. So yeah, honestly, it's kind of funny to think about because it's really interesting to see how far Fawn has come from this. Which OC is this? It's Fawn. She's wearing her like prom dress. Well, she's actually like I'm drawing her as a teen back when she went to prom because I was like, oh, wouldn't that be cute to draw like this like prom dress style? So yeah, she would look completely different to a degree than how she looks in. Oh my gosh. Seeing how she is, I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. Gosh. Oh, fuck. I keep forgetting that's big. Okay, so there's there's so many things I love about Fawn's character that I could go on and on and on about. One of the examples being that I love looking into history and I try to make characters from the specific times as accurate as they can be, or at least, have their own individuality for, style of clothing to a point, but it's also like you get to experiment with whatever you would think, hey, what would I be into if like I was in that specific time period alive? Would I be into this? Would I be into that? And then you start discovering things you never knew about yourself. And yeah, it's really fun because it gives me a chance to actually develop like ideas that I never would have thought I would have. And oh my gosh, Thumbellini, no, no, up, 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 up. Okay, I guess she's just really jumpy today. But yeah, okay. So, hopefully it looks a little better. Oh gosh. Drawing her face. Oh, fuck! Thumbellini. Quit traumatizing me like that. Every time I'm about to say something, you always bark and scare the shit out of me. You guys have already been out today, so I don't think it's that. I just think it's probably one of the cats getting in front of the door again. Okay, let me just make it a little easier for my brain. I think I like Laura Kendall. The art is more better than the original webtoon of Rachel. Yeah, it's definitely got improvements that I definitely didn't see coming when I first read it. I was like, damn, they're actually like Generic Puff is actually taking the time to redesign some of these characters and giving them actual interesting elements to them that makes more sense than the original story. Which, let's be real, that is often hard to come by when you find rewrites like this. Usually it's in, script format or it's in a fan fiction format, and a lot of people don't pay attention to it because they're not going to go read all that. There's a lot of things that I feel like a lot of people wouldn't do. But yeah, I mean, depending on who you are, like I love deep diving into reading long fan fictions, but would I do videos on it? No, 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 no. I would be sitting there for like hours trying to like get the script together. And yeah, I saw Anime stream today for his Bond of the Blade book while at work. Oh, that's pretty cool. I actually saw that in like the Discord chat, and I've got to definitely watch that. That's for sure. I've been like trying to juggle making sure I listen to these things in the background while I work, because I love being able to just absorb it. And I know I definitely gotta check it out because, again, I want to make sure I'm supportive and able to do what I can for friends, friends, associates that mean a lot to me. Anyways, let me take a sippy sip. Okay. Oh, a fire alpaca user. Yep. I've fallen in love with this program and I don't intend to stop anytime soon. I definitely gotta get back into the groove of things. Oh my gosh. But yeah, gotta make sure I as a teenager she would look a little different. That is for sure. I've been trying to finish sketches a little nicer nowadays to kind of get me back into the groove of things. Oh my gosh. But yeah, let me know what you guys think as we proceed on. Oh yeah, I did work on some art in the meantime, like this morning when I was trying to like do something in between like my perspective homework, because honestly I'm not going to focus entirely on my perspective homework, because I would just like, if I stood there absorbing everything, I would just be there all day trying to like knock my head into the screen and hoping that it actually does something with it. So I usually like recommend for people who do have struggles with paying attention to one art piece and they're like struggling, is to work on a different art piece next to it. That way you kind of get something out of your system, and then you can get back to paying attention to your assignment or what your challenge is for a specific thing you don't really take notice of. But yeah, I feel like it kind of helps. You get up right in the middle of dinner once you're focusing on eating, but then you're like, oh crap, I need to get something out of my system, which is jogging around or something, and then you continue. That's kind of how I view it. Maybe some people might not be like so into that, like feeling like they got a lot of bottled up energy that they've been waiting all day to get out. But yeah, I highly recommend you try something like that in order to make it make sense for your system, because sometimes all you need is to get, a walkout, or maybe it just pacing around, waving your arms around. Sometimes all you need is that. Let's see. This is gonna be both cringy and fun. There's there's another thing about Fawn I have not really talked about, which leads me back to what I was saying earlier, which is I love studying like different time periods for the sake of making the character from that time period make sense within that time period era. And considering she's a teenager from like okay, so my mind's just going like from the early 90s, she would definitely have been a big okay, so like she's actually from Texas, and one of my favorite musicians is Selena. And I'm like, wouldn't it be interesting if Fawn was a huge Selena fan? Like, she actually saw one of the last concerts, and she always makes that a fun, like, trivia thing about her. Like, oh yeah, guys, like, did you know that about me? And it's like, no, I didn't know that. But yeah, it's kind of what inspired me to like work on her style to kind of be similar to Selena's in a way. Now, like some people might think, you mean like Selena Gomez? Like, no, 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 no. Selena. Like trying to remember to say her last name, and I know I'm gonna butcher it if I don't. But you just write it on YouTube. My most favorite song is probably the Medley. Like that is my favorite thing to listen to when I'm trying to get into character. So, what kind of girl was Fawn like in school? Okay, so she was pretty nerdy, but she knew when to have fun. However, due to the circumstances of basically having to take care of her younger brother, who at that time period when she was like 14 to 18 years old, he would have been okay. So she's 7 years older than him. My brain is trying to do the logic thing. So take away 3 from that, 9 years older than him. So from like during high school, she has to kind of grow up and take the role of being a mother figure for her younger brother Dakota. So she can't always go out to have fun, but during specific times when her dad can actually stay home and watch Dakota, she actually is able to go participate in things like dances or fundraisers or anything that can get her out of the house for a little bit. It's not that she doesn't love her younger brother, she just needs a little me time. And during that time, she took a lot of pride into only taking the like free time when she can afford it, when she's not trying like, you know. She mostly does it when it's absolutely important to her. She doesn't try and push off the duty of taking care of her younger brother onto her father, who is a busy man with 2 jobs at that point. And oftentimes it's like just thinking about it, I'm just like, wow. Seeing how much she puts into herself, seeing how much effort she tries her best to just like mostly say, I can handle this, I can not have to worry about my brother for one night at prom or like going to the movies or something. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a lot of fun trying to figure this shit out. But yeah, she was definitely a very caring person back then, like she is now, but how do I describe how more. Man, I'm trying to find the right word. But yeah, unlike her current self, who is still a very sweet and innocent person, this one is definitely more naive, more trusting, and very more so. I'm trying my best to like describe her, and I'm like, do I really know her that much? And it's like, maybe, maybe not. Gosh, look at all those like little sequins. This is gonna be fucking nuts for me to take on, but I'm happy to do so. So give me a minute to just figure out where these areas are gonna be because details in the dresses take so much time, and it's often funny to see how. Wait, let me see if I can make the canvas a little bigger. Okay, let me just do the. Okay, there we go. Just trying to make sure I get the shoes dealt with immediately. Oh god. Oh, damn it. Okay. Okay, so anyways, man, the details are just so cute in this. Like there's some fashion stuff I cannot stand from specific time periods, but let's be real, when it comes to some details, I'm just like I'm a little sucker for like puffy sleeves. Would I wear it personally? I don't think I could pull it off, but Fawn can. Okay, so just gotta examine these a little carefully. Like, one of the things you want to try and look for if you're ever drawing details is making sure that the elements you see are actually there. Like, sometimes when people look at photos, they think it's a specific, like, if there's like two different layers to address, like, take a look at this. Take a look at the skirt, for example. So, some people might merge it up together because, it's all black, right? Problem is that when you're trying to like look carefully into the details, like let me just point it out like this. I know some people might be like, dazzling Kate, is this really an appropriate time? And I'm like, it kind of is, it kind of is. So there is a separation away from these layers that you can see. Like, you see the space that I drew like an outline of, that's the space. And you got to be aware of these things when understanding some elements of fabric, especially when you're working on pieces that involve using like a translucent type of fabric that is going to have, I don't know, just being translucent, or it's going to have sparkles in it, and then you have another layer that is more shiny underneath. You got to understand that when you combine it into one part, it will look really off. This is something that I noticed a lot when I was working on some character designs a couple of months ago that I was, yeah. I just love being able to share these things with you guys because I think when it comes to some character designs and some understanding of fabric. Some people don't pay attention too much, and that's okay. Like, you eventually realize these things a little later down the line when you've noticed how different the fabrics are touching each other or trying to interact with each other. It makes it a little easier. So yeah. Oop, myself in comics. Welcome to the stream. Oop, Jonin. Fade the opacity maybe. Yeah, I was thinking that. Because the main focus is to make sure I get to focus on the skirt without it feeling like it's too forced. And sometimes that means you have to like do another sketch on top of that, study a little bit more to understand what will work for that specific thing. Now, I'm going to try and make it seem a little bit puffy. This is definitely going to take a little time. And plus, with my sister being a fashion student, she kind of pointed this out to me that when some of the clothes I've drawn look compared to how she looks at them, she was explaining to me that basically the combination, like the way that it's laid out for the dress, for example, is that if you accidentally combine it into one thing, people are going to think it's that one thing when it's supposed to like puff out and be stylish. That's why it's, that's why it's a specific prom dress. And like I was basically working on a earlier piece from like I want to say I was working on a 70s 60s piece, and she was like pointing out how some of the fabrics were like not at, like, that specific fabric would not be used for this, and I was like, "Whoa, wow, like this is the this is like the best advice I've gotten from my sister." And it's really nice because it definitely makes me examine these things a little bit more, paying attention to what's there and what isn't there. It's difficult. Yes, I will tell you, it is a pain in the ass trying to capture these like elements that I would have probably have not seen if my sister didn't point it out to me. Okay, so okay, now I got to focus on the little. Now this is a tough part for me because I got to look really closely at these and determine how the shape is done. Sometimes I will definitely go in with the red pen to kind of trace over it to understand what is the shape specifically. Can I replicate it? Can I make it easier for my brain to process? Because when it comes to fabric like this that is trying to look like a giant um bath sponge, this is the best way I can describe it. Some people might be like, it looks like little puffy flowers, but this just looks like a giant shower sponge to me. Like the things you wash yourselves with. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things that always drives me insane trying to understand it. Sometimes it's gonna look off, and that's okay. That's okay. It's not gonna always look perfect, and this is advice that has taken me years to actually absorb and actually live with. Because back when I was in like my early days of art school, I was a perfectionist. I still kind of am, but I at least know I have like this concept that I have to now understand. The main reason I'm in art school, I have to focus on understanding the importance of making sense of how these pieces are made, or how anatomy is, or how details are often left out of some elements of storytelling, and having to work with it. it is a very long process. It's not going to happen overnight. I kind of thought it would back when I first became a art student at the like university I'm going to. So yeah, that's I know I'm still not the best artist, but at least it's becoming a little easier to understand now. Even if I swear that I'm probably not gonna do well with it. But yeah. Okay. So let me try and attempt this with her and see how well I can capture it. Because it's definitely going to be a pain in the booty to actually finish in my head. So, gotta make sure. But yeah, today I was actually watching some weird stuff on TikTok. Like, when you're just scrolling around, bored out of your mind, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna watch some of these weird commercials, and then they have these weird storylines that is very common. You see it everywhere. Where basically, oh no, this poor Cinderella type character is dealing with the tragedy of, her boyfriend cheating on her, and he's rich, or rich douchebag or something, and then she meets an even richer guy, or it's like, oh, he's an even bigger, better person, and it's like I'm just thinking to myself. I'm just thinking, is this how we want people to I'm not saying it's a bad concept. I'm just saying there is a lot there I kind of wish wasn't pushed out too much that, oh yeah, all your problems can be saved can be solved by a big strong rich man. It's like, that is that the impression you want to give to most of these girls? Because again, this is mostly younger audience members just falling for that kind of thing, and I'm like, ugh. Yeah, I'm probably not the best one to talk. All my problems can be solved by can be solved by some fictional men that I will never meet in real life, and yeah, it sucks. Okay, so we're kind of getting a grasp of this. I just need to make sure I actually focus on the chest area where the details are a little bit, and trying to analyze what makes the dress pop out. Checking the chat. Being a perfectionist is the baggage of an artist or creator, wondering if you can do better when everyone else don't see the flaws you might see. Yeah, it's very hard living with that. You're just like, shit. What if I can't make a better story, or what if I can't make a better hairstyle, or whatever? And it's like you're sitting there for many minutes thinking about this. Sometimes for me, it's like many hours that I just kind of sit there doodling, and I'm like, is it even improving? I'm not sure. But we work around our mistakes, and it turns out better. Yeah. Divine Megan, when I draw, I always need to be perfect before posting on Instagram. That I can agree with. I'm always looking into that and trying to understand it. Oh gosh. Trying to make sense of this style. Oh gosh. So some kind of, well, whatever. I'm winging it. I'm winging it, guys. But yeah, I saw a lot of people posting a bunch of I think her name is Chapel or something. Like from the VMA awards outfit she wore, and it was so fucking pretty. I'm like, damn, look at how fucking badass she is. And I kept seeing a lot of people post a lot of like the different looks, and I'm just like, every style, I'm seeing every fucking style on Twitter. It's going nuts on art Twitter of the same outfit and design. I've never seen a lot of people react like this immediately and just like post all these looks that she's wearing, and I'm like, I wish I had that kind of wardrobe. Though it would be very hard for me to wear. Like, let me be real, I would not do well wearing some of that. It's really cute. I love it, but I know I would not be able to pull it off. Okay, so yeah, creative liberties of making sure I don't fuck up. Goody gumdrops. Now to add some wrinkles to this dress and hope for the best. Okay, so obviously you're gonna have a lot of. Am I gonna color and ink this? No, I'm most likely going to move on to the next drawing and call that. Maybe come back to this another time. But the point is to just kind of get drawing to begin with, because I didn't not know what I wanted to draw today. So yeah. But just because I can, let me just add a little bit of fancy shading to kind of make this look somewhat professional ish. Not really, but I'm at least trying. Hey Evie, what you doing? Yeah, she's still sleeping on my PS5. Goody. Some people might be like, Dazzling Cake, get your dog off the PS5. And I'm like, well, I don't really feel like it. She deserves to sleep in the best place, and that is the best place. Most people probably would have been like, "Oh my gosh, your dog's crazy." And I'm like, "Well, that's what she is. She's a crazy dog. She practically like if she could sleep on a television, I guarantee she would. I guarantee she would." But yeah, just kind of making sure I get this out of my system so I can move on to another prompt. I might ask the magic conch shell or something. But yeah. This is what I got so far for Fawn for prom stuff. That's pretty cute, isn't it? Let me save it now. I gotta read the comments. Oop. That was close. I almost had like I almost clicked on the camera, and that would have been an awkward way to introduce myself, guys. Because that's the last thing anyone needs to see right now. My very tired expression, staring deeply into the camera and being like, "What the fuck?" But okay, I'm gonna take a sip. Thank you, John. And anyways, I was actually I was actually working on a piece emotionally to kind of get me out of the difficult mindset I've been feeling for the past couple of months. And honestly, it's just crazy because I have not been I feel like I haven't been in my body for a long time. Just I feel like I'm just kind of watching from a distance, and I'm just still kind of absorbing what I've been doing. And so I have not been able to really draw much of my dogs, and I was doing some art practice a couple of nights ago, and I started drawing my my dog Robin, who passed away a couple of months ago, and that's why I kind of vanished for like a couple of months of no talking, no really doing much of anything, just kind of absorbing what's been going on. And it was hard because I love being productive. I love being able to talk to you guys, but during that time, I'm just like, is it going to be purple? Probably. Probably. I'm debating about it because it's like it takes a lot takes a while for me to figure out what would the prom dress look like exactly. But anyways, judging by this dress, I probably would probably play around with a purple teal kind of color scheme, but it would take me a while to get through all those sequins because I'm one of those people that want to do it like one at a time and just be like, okay, I got to focus on the shading and then yeah. But okay, so I was actually working on this piece a couple of nights ago, and honestly, it's been making me feel a lot better for what happened to Robin, and it's I feel like I've finally managed to brace myself and just feel a little better about drawing my dogs and not feeling like shit. So, and if you if you've watched these TikTok trends where you would see like a backing track would be playing like the one that I would constantly be listening to after he passed away would be like I'm kind of getting emotional about it, but it's like if you guys have ever watched All Dogs Go to Heaven, oh my gosh. Ah, trying to be fun but also like sappy. But okay, so if you don't know what the lines were, it was just like I've come to say goodbye, and it's like, where are you going? Just on a little trip. I would be listening to that like several days in a row, like oh god. But yeah, it's actually managed to help me quite a lot. Here I am, tearing myself up. I thought I was ready to be like, hey guys, you want to see like this cutesy drawing I made of Robin? And then I'm like, oh god, now I'm crying. Uh, like, yeah, I'm not gonna apologize for crying because that's a natural mechanism, you know? But for like months, I could not draw him. Like, I was trying my best to just focus on everything else. Like, I was overwhelmed with a lot of commissions during that time. I am forever grateful for the people who have commissioned me. I never thought I never thought I would make $500 just from commissions. That was so that was so powerful to me that even when I was dealing with making the commissions, I was trying to find the right way to kind of like pull me back into drawing my dogs, and I loved drawing my dogs. It always brought me some joy, but then after Robin passed, I couldn't really do much of anything. I just kind of fell into like the depression hole and I just couldn't draw any dogs. Like it's just I think I've actually improved on my emotions in animals. when I was drawing this. I was just like, oh crap. Like, he looks so cute like this. Just like how I remembered him. Yeah, I'll actually show you guys what he looked like when in one of the photos I actually have of him. It's whew, I am actually like breathing a little better now. I just wanted to let you guys know how much you how much you guys bring, like how much energy and time you bring to me. That makes my day. Like the comments you guys leave, the support I get every stream. Like, yeah, some people might be like, but it's under 10 or it's under 20 people. That's not really much of a stream now, is it? And it's like, no, the important thing is that I'm talking to people. I don't really have that many friends. So to me, to the few people who, come to the stream every weekend, even 3 times in a row, that always makes my night. But yeah, just give me a minute. I do have a very lovely photo of my baby that I do want to share with you guys so you guys kind of understand what he looks like. And yeah, it's okay. So I'll probably put it in here just so you guys can like see it. Okay, so yeah, that's my little boy. He was like 3 years old when he passed. It was in about like a week from now, it will be 4 months. Let me just tell you right now, it does not. It's not as painful as it was when I first found out, but it just kind of still feels like like a scab that you accidentally you accidentally itch it, then you start bleeding a little bit, and you're like, oh crap. It gets better over time. It doesn't bleed as much, but you can still kind of remember that pain. But yeah, he's he looks precious like a teddy bear. Oh, Wheaton Terrier. He's actually a miniature Australian Labradoodle. He was during that time. When it was just Evie. When it was just Evie, I wanted to get a this border terrier. Like I thought they were the cutest damn things. They still kind of are the cutest damn things, but I switch dog breed like favorites every fucking week. And during that time, like my dad decided to get me Robin in the like he was it was like January of 2021, I believe, or it was 2020. I gotta actually figure that part out. I don't think I know. But yeah, during that time, I wanted a red golden retriever too. Like it was either a red golden retriever or a border terrier. But no, 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 no. Like I saw that photo of that little boy, and I knew he was supposed to be mine. When I first held him, it was the greatest fucking feeling in the whole world. Like meeting your like not first fur baby, but like meeting a fur baby in general for the first time. It's always the biggest memory. I remember just rushing out of my house, going straight towards like the person who was delivering the pup to our house, and just being so awestruck of this little tiny teddy bear boy. It was one of the best feelings in the world that I cannot ever forget. He was really fun to have. He often thought it was funny whenever I sat sat down in my chair and he would just try to put himself on even though he was not a miniature. Like, you know, people say, yeah, he's a miniature, but he's not like miniature enough to be on your lap. He would still do it. He would still do it. But yeah, he does continue to live on, and within my memories, and of course with his son, who, where is Duncan? Duncan, Duncan. Oh wait, no, there's Duncan. He's just chewing on the bone. I didn't even notice that. Mine is a whippet. Aw, that's cute. Those breeds are always so adorable. But I'll show you guys the second part just to like kind of give you guys what I've worked on. This was like a couple of hours of me just erasing and doing sketches and such. It's probably my favorite thing to do the most is like kind of go into expressions and then just these kind of moments are my favorite to draw. I didn't realize how much I needed to draw this in my entire life. And yeah, I guess I just really wanted to show off drawings of my doggo and to kind of just like debate whether or not I will actually post this onto like TikTok or something using that same sound. It's debatable. I always imagined you would have big dogs. Oh, I got a mixture of dogs. Okay, let's start off with, you know what? Like, actually, I think I do a better job just like, okay, so I would do a better job just showing you what kind of breeds I have real quick. This will probably not take too long. Okay, so my first dog that I have brought to this household. This first dog. Let me just. Okay, so the first dog would be Evie because she is my little. She's my little lazy, lovable. She's she's giving me a look right now because I just called her lazy. So yeah, she has very cute, adorable eyes. I think she's noticing how much I'm talking about her, and she's trying to make her best impression, even though she should realize she doesn't have a camera actually on her. Yeah, right, Evie? Nobody's making fun of you, I promise. But yeah, Evie is a little Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. She is okay. I got you when. Let me see the date. The date. What day is? Did year is this? 2024. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got her back in 2018. So she's about 6 years old. 6 years old. 6 years old. But yeah, Evie is named after my favorite Mummy character from like that Mummy 2000. I think it was like a 1999 or 2000 movie. She's named after the main female character since I really loved like her character a lot, as well as like the idea of someone like she was like probably one of the first female characters that didn't feel like they always needed saving despite the situation she was in for getting everyone in there. But yeah, so yeah, Evie, and then after Evie would be I always imagined you. Oh yeah, I already said that one. Nice quick draw. Is that a digital pen? It is. Makes me think of the Pokemon Eevee. Yeah, that's definitely another reason too. Okay, so the next one is Thumbelini, who I'll use a purple color for. I'm using their collar colors to kind of represent them. So Thumbelina is was definitely a big surprise when I first got her. The funny story. Okay, the funny story that happened when I first got her. Okay, just taking a good look at you, Thumbelini. Okay, so Thumbelina was a big surprise because she was actually a Valentine's Day present, and it was really funny because my dad decided to basically say she was this okay, this is gonna sound super stupid of me, but I thought from the news article he gave me, he was just like Thumbelina is this like this drug addict's dog that was saved, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you poor thing. And it's really funny because he was just like, oh yeah, she's gonna stay small. I didn't think she was actually a old English sheepdog till I realized she was getting bigger, bigger and bigger. And then I was like, maybe she's not gonna stay that small. So yeah, it was pretty funny to notice and just kind of be like, you know what? I still love her. She's a huge cutie and nobody can take that away. Hey Thumbelina, can you give me a look? Can you give me a look? Look at me. Look at me. Look at your mom. She does not give a shit. Okay, so but yeah, I've always wanted an old English sheepdog due to 101 Dalmatians without like one old English sheepdog being at the barn. I think it was an old English sheepdog, wasn't it? I actually gotta check. Do, 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 do. Yeah, it was definitely an old English sheepdog for both of them. It looked more like an old English sheepdog in the 1996 version, though. And of course, oh gosh, Max from like The Little Mermaid. So yeah, I was pretty inspired to have one of those big, lovable fluffs. in my life. But, originally it was not easy to deal with Thumbelina sometimes, but I still love her, and she's totally not trying to sleep on my foot right now and making me feel like I gotta figure out my life now and determine how I'm gonna get her off my foot. It's more easier to draw like dogs in a fast manner like this. Where's the fur? Okay, that one's darkened up. Okay, okay. Do you have some on your other side, Thumbelini? I can't wait to shave you down. She is very dirty, and it's hard to hold her down to actually make her take like a bath. So I always have to wait till I can take her to the groomers. So yeah, that's always fun, isn't it? Huh? Okay. But yeah, there's Thumbelini, and then everybody's favorite little man. Where's Fred? Where's my son? Evie, where's Fred? How the fuck should I know? Go ask your mom. My mom is not talking to me right now, okay? Fred. Frederick. Freddy Fazpaws.
Hey, Ma, what you need?
You want to say hi to the audience?
Not really. Can you tell them to go away?
They're not watching you.
Oh, okay.
And Duncan's on my lap now, so yeah, that's gonna be fun trying to get him off real quick. Yeah. You wanna go down? No, you don't. You wanna at least say hi? He is very quiet. He has not spoken at all. He's very, very quiet. Okay. We'll work on it, Duncan. We'll work on your social skills. Okay, so the next one would be Fred. And Fred is a pain in the ass to hold still to draw, so I'm just gonna. Okay, so. Hey, Fred, can I take a better look at your face? Fred? Fred? Fred, what are you doing in Thumbelina's crate? Goody gumdrops. I guess he does not want to talk to me. Okay, so let me finish Fred's portrait real quick. So yeah, he's got an interesting kind of dynamic with his fur. He is a very wavy-haired little munchkin. That is the best way I can describe it. He's got little puffy ears. It doesn't really help matters that this is like he is super curly haired. It's like not even funny. Hey Fred, can I take a good look at your face? Fred, Fred, Freddy, Fred, Frederick, Frederick, Fred, 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 Fred Burger. Can you get over here? Duncan, I'd love to draw you too, but I'm working on Fred first. You're the last child, but you were my favorite grandson. He's just like, yeah, mom or grandma. Do you call me grandma or mom? I'm curious. Yeah, I don't know. He has not said too much to me. Okay, so Fred's too nervous to really look at me in the eye because he probably thinks I will catch his dirty side. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. He's actually looking at me really quick. Okay, so he is very messy in fur. He is very. He's got a unique look that is very common for him. Like, very unique. He barely keeps his collar on. I always have to keep it off of him when he's inside so he doesn't end up eating it. We're still working on that. Like, really working on that. But yeah, he's got very interesting patches of colorful spots all over him. It's not even funny. Oh gosh, compared to the other dogs, he just looks like a fucking mutated version of like that green dog from Blue's Clues. Well, what did they call her? I don't know. See you night, myself in comics. Get some sleep. A little thing about me is my goddad passed away a couple of years ago, and he was a very positive figure to me, always believing in me. Then I remember calling him on Father's Day, the day he passed on. I remember his voice, the way he laughed, spoke, and sometimes I've had dreams about him here and there. So I understand that feeling. Oh, yeah, it's always hard to like absorb that, you know. But yeah, I'll save this as doggos, and we can continue on with more Resident Evil doodles. Maybe one day I'll come back and like do some more dog doodles. Okay, so we already got Fawn's design done for that. So we got Fawn done. Let's see. Who should we draw next? So to kind of give you guys an idea of who I could draw next, it's like, okay, we're gonna exclude Claire and Leon for obvious reasons. I'm thinking, okay, so you got the options of. Okay. Anyways, let me just use this red pen and just circle around characters as I introduce them. So first characters first, we'll start with Bluebell. Now Bluebell is the daughter of Fawn and Leon. She was actually born in the late 2000s. I want to say maybe like uh I really want to say 2008 or 9. 2008 or 9 she was born, and Fawn kept her a secret due to Leon. In the main timeline, she would keep her a secret since Leon was already being more and more depressed and just more so drunk in some moments. So she kind of didn't think that would be a great environment for Bluebell to be born and raised with. Granted, that was a bad move on her part, considering she never told Leon that Bluebell was her dad, or that to Leon, that Bluebell is his daughter. So it's like, yeah, this is definitely a start of a typical punk goth teenage daughter who's very done with the world and not wanting to deal with, like, what her parents have either done or lied to her about, and just kind of like trying to navigate through life. While it's not really revealed until like later on in the mid, like I want to say mid or late 2010s, what is when Leon discovers she's his daughter, but I'm not too sure. I'm debating about it. I'm debating about it. So we got her as an option to draw, or we can draw. Okay. Now Debbie like was actually brought up to me to like turn into a love interest for my other character next to her, whose name is Axel. But okay, Axel is the guy drawn in purple, but Debbie is the one drawn, like I just put a circle around. She is a monitor communicator staff member of the rope organization, kind of playing an oracle part for the organization. So yeah, she's kind of a serious badass in her own way. She's not fighting, but she's at least being technical and st- strate- strategic. Is that a word? It is now, I guess. But yeah, we have the option of drawing her. I'm debating on what kind of art to draw with her. And then we have Axel, who is a member of Rope, but of the Noose team. Now, the Noose team of Rope is basically a offense team that handles the people that they're trying to bring in to redeem that say no and are about to cause trouble, and they just kind of kill them because we don't need any more drama and world wars from these fuck ups. So yeah, Axel is the complete opposite of Fawn, being, well, he's actually a counterpart, like a parallel, like, if that makes sense, of what Leon could have been. Like, kind of like in the main timeline, just like how Leon gets more depressed and a mess throughout the years, he starts off really worse and then becomes really better at, like, over time. I'm still debating about like the other timeline, but it's a huge debate there. So yeah. And then my favorite character who we have is Jacoby, who is one of my favorites for a few reasons. One of the few reasons is that he manages to always cause trouble, but in a way where it doesn't really feel like it is trouble at first. It's more like, oh, he knows a little bit too much about your, like, habits. Oh, he knows a little bit too much about your background. Oh, he knows where you came from, or like all these different pieces of information some people shouldn't even know about you. He knows about. Does he say he knows about it? No. He uses it to his advantage. And I wanted to have some kind of like character to kind of work not work with Wesker, but kind of have a rivalry, but not really, wanting to take over the world with the evolution of all these bioweapons. Like, he's kind of like he started off as a bioweapon, and that's why he's managed to live for so many decades, is due to the experimentation he's been through. So yeah, it's kind of a no shit moment that he might be my favorite for those obvious reasons, that he is someone that you would think, hey, would turn into this evil big bad guy like Wesker. But no, he just kind of plays the, well, let's see how fast the world gets fucked over by the situation, unless I, help you. It's just like one of those situations. And yeah, So you got those options. You got those options. Let me know what you think, and I will get back to you in a minute. I actually have to like respond to someone real quick. Oh gosh. But yeah, all right, just making sure I look at a few things to kind of get an idea of what would be fun to draw. Oh my gosh. Bow and experiments are my secrets. Sounds like something I can see him saying. You know what? I think I should probably draw Jacoby doing something interesting. That would be fun. I am so surprised at how much I managed to even get finished, you know? From that one night to now, I'm just like, wow, I'm actually active. But okay, I guess I could try a piece where it feels like, okay, I really need to like find a fun sitting pose because I honestly want to draw a sitting pose of Jacoby. Um, okay, so sitting pose, like a very dramatic sitting pose, like sitting in a chair, looking all. I don't know. Okay, just making sure I get the right reference, and I think that can kind of work for this situation. Let me transfer. No, hell no. Hell no to that. Oh no. Okay, good. Let's Let's see what we can do with that. So, anyways, oh boy, just. Oop. Good night. It's getting late for me. Have a nice night, Divine Megan. See you next time. I'm gonna try and get this sketch at least sketched out, and then I'm not sure if I'll go on for another hour or something, but I'll probably end up probably give it like 20 minutes or something before I sign off or whatever. Let me just. But yeah, he's not the kind of guy you want to have as an enemy, is what I'm gonna say. Due to his intelligence, due to his like ability to find out information as fast as he can, and partnerships he's had with previous people that he does not say a lot about. He is definitely not the type of guy, again, you want knowing anything about you. He will use whatever he can against you, whether it was an incident when you were a child or a bad date in the recent months. He will do whatever it takes to piss you off and catch you off guard. And I think that's one of the main reasons I love his character, is that he's willing to take these risks, willing to piss people off just to see if he can manage to survive. Okay, so this will take a while to adjust. And of course, we got to make sure we draw out the chair, which again, that takes a while to kind of bring to light. Again, the best way and method of making sure you get the measurements right is at first just having it kind of sketched out in your mind of how it's going to be, and just roll with it. You can eventually fix it later when you actually have some perspective lines figured out. For me, I like to take a quick moment to just appreciate the effort I've managed to put in. It is difficult to actually adjust these things. Thumbelina, what are you eating? Okay, that better not be anything but a chew toy. Sometimes she scares me when I think she's not like eating, or when I think she's eating something she shouldn't be. Turns out it was just another chew toy, but she always ends up grabbing stuff she shouldn't be. I guess that's what makes them more fun. Okay, so Now, I usually don't do this a lot, so fair warning, this is gonna get ridiculous. Oh, fuck. Okay. Usually, you want to try and make sure that you have a. Okay. Again, making sure that the lines are working. Gotta make sure I don't use this mistake line I'm erasing right now. Because I know my professor says I have to focus a little bit more on making sure I actually can. Yeah, making sure I can actually. It's kind of annoying having to do this, but it kind of helps, I guess. Reminds me of Rupert Thorne when he tried blackmailing Two Face. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this usually takes a while to do because you have to put into account of how big the measurements are and how much it really matters. Okay. You want to make sure that everything looks at least a little right. Okay, so then just kind of playing around with. Okay. Then we got. Oh gosh. I think that was way too small than I thought. Okay. I'm at least practicing, guys. It might look very ugly, but it's practice. If I can throw in some practice here and there for perspective, I think that will definitely help. Oh god, it looks like a mutant. Oh yeah, I saw that you were talking about Restream. Have you ever thought of making a blueprint of the room to have ideas where the placement of the stuff goes? I have been actually trying to get myself to do that for other art pieces. This is just more so randomized. But yeah, it is definitely something I'm planning on doing in the future. I've mostly been delaying to do that is mostly because I'm very unsure of what to put in the room. It's why a lot of my pieces always look bad. Let me see if I can pull up a. Okay, I got the 3 point perspective thing going on. Okay, so I'll show you guys my homework that, well, half of it that I did earlier. I'm very bad at perspective. As you can tell, I'm not the best. It's a few steps in. I was supposed to do some interior work and some exterior work. I'm kind of getting a understanding of it to a degree, but it's not my best. Yeah, exactly. I guess I should probably start doing more perspective pieces outside my homework. Let me just take these out real quick to kind of make it easier to flip between. It's something I always have to make sure I'm focusing on trying to complete, I guess. But yeah, I'll probably end the stream in like 10 minutes or so. Just so I kind of have like an even number. That and it's a Tuesday, so yeah. If I seem too quiet, it's mostly me just trying to figure out what would work better in some ways. Sometimes you just gotta draw. It doesn't matter if it looks even or not, just getting it out of the way sort of helps to a degree for me. Again, it's probably not my best work, but whatever. It's all about making sure the sketch is kind of there to give you an idea of what exactly is going on. And of course, I'm probably going to add a little back sketch to kind of represent what exactly his abilities are to an extent. But okay, Now, honestly, it's still kind of a work in progress to what exactly his abilities are, but I wanted to try something that felt very, very off. Because you're not supposed to know exactly what his power is. Like, man, it doesn't make sense, I know, to some degree, but it makes sense to me in some ways. But the idea is to just basically express that he's sort of like, okay, so he's very charming, good looking, someone you would not expect to be dangerous, but he is. He is. Kind of decided it would be interesting for him to kind of have these off and on type of abilities that he can use, but he just chooses not to show them. Yeah, he could. But the problem with that would be just that everyone would think, "Oh no, he's scary." And in during the point where he wants to appear scary, that is when you should probably be concerned. Because it's not just, terrifying, it's more so on the lines of making sure that I'm trying to find the right words. Probably not one of my favorite pieces yet. It will probably become a painted portrait of sorts that I will finish more so over time, considering I love the idea of more monstrous appearances, especially bows that are perfect, but eh, you never really expect them to come off great. I should probably prepare to get off in a few minutes. But yeah, managed to get this one done, and I can't wait to actually start turning that into something. Managed to sort of get this finished. Do I dare work on another character before I go? I mean, I got three more to try. The point is to just get me doing things. Let me. Was I even doing something for? Oh yeah, I was working on a piece for Bluebell to kind of have this like interesting gothic style. I'm debating about like what kind of colors to use for her, but she is going to have black hair because I think it would be perfect for her design because you wouldn't be able to really tell if she is Fawn's daughter considering she is a redhead and yeah. Okay, I mean technically I got those three done. I guess I could work on a very quick piece of Debbie and Axel really quick. Interesting couple poses that I can think of. Let me randomize it. Oh gosh. Trying to figure out what would be an interesting idea for them. Because honestly, I don't think I've drawn that many. Hmm. Okay, so maybe if I just went. Oh, wait, I think I know exactly what kind of pose I'm going to do as an ending kind of thing. It will take me a minute. Okay, so we already got that done. This done. Blue bell. Okay, we're gonna turn to blue. Okay, so we're gonna need a. Okay, so we're gonna need to have that dramatically. This is gonna be a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Okay. It's definitely going to look really awkward, but what can I say? I feel like I'm sort of getting somewhere, but yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Oh, hi there, some random thing. How's it going? I'm just finishing the last sketch for tonight. Okay. Yeah, I should probably try and attempt to draw the uniform a little bit because honestly, I have yet not to really do that. It's a lot different than I anticipated, but whatever. It does look more superhero-y, but again, this is like a universe with like fucking zombies and shit. Of course, it's gonna look a little wonky. There's so much more I really can't wait to go into detail about, but you know what? That's always why other streams will give out more information. I'm gonna try and build a quick scene based off what we're given. Time traveling angel. Who are you drawing? Just my Resident Evil OCs. Still kind of working around with some design concepts, but it takes time. Because again, these concepts are just like really, really off to some degree, but you know what? It's always fun getting them out of my head. Okay, so we managed to at least get that finished. Like these are just mostly sketches that I will most likely get back to like finishing at later points. Okay. Anyways, though, I gotta make sure I check how things are doing on everything else. But yeah. Trying to figure out who else to draw. I mean, I've drawn most of them today. Yeah, with the exception of Shiloh, but I'm not really sure what kind of thing I want Shiloh to be doing. But yeah, I think I've managed to draw most of my characters so far for tonight. I would continue on, but it's getting late, so let me just save all of my files so that way I don't fuck up. So yeah, first sketch was Fawn at prom, which let me just say, I can't wait to start coloring this thing in, but it's going to take me a while. Then we drew some Jacoby, and then we drew some Axel and wait, Debbie. Hmm. Kind of gotta get an idea of where I'm going with the body. I'll fix it up a little later on when I actually feel like finishing some of these pieces up. Oh, and some Bluebell. So, yeah, I think we took care of most of the characters I wanted to get out of my system for tonight. Anywho's, guys, I think that will be all for tonight. I might do another stream tomorrow. I'm debating about it, but I'm also like, maybe if I just finish like one of my classes and then I can like reward myself with another stream. I don't know. I'm debating about it, but anywho's, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, and if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. That would mean the world to me. But anyways, guys, we have had a pleasant night so far. I want to thank every single one of you who's managed to watch this stream so far. Awesome, good to hear. And the important things you need to remember is stay safe, stay cool, and most importantly, guys, stay hydrated. This is Dazzling Kate signing the hell out of here.